Hello and welcome to this CodeBook tutorial. Today we're going to look at CodeBook project creation and project data management. This is for advanced and intermediate lessons. The CodeBook dataset consists primarily of a CodeBook project database, a CodeBook room data database, and a CodeBook equipment database. The CodeBook project database consists of the project and any room information associated with that dataset. The CodeBook Room Data database contains the room data templates and room data lookups for that project. The CodeBook Equipment database contains any FF&E information such as equipping, union, and assembly data. If we extend this further, CodeBook also utilizes a number of other databases. For each implementation of CodeBook on a SQL Server, you'll see a CodeBook Project Dictionary main and a CodeBook Dictionary user database. These two databases allow for the customization of terminology used throughout CodeBook. We can see that we have a CodeBook Project database, which represents the building core and any information associated with that project, such as room numbers, room names, room notes, etc. This also links to a CodeBook FLS database that contains any room image and any file associated with that room. We can see that we have a CodeBook room data database, and you can see that we have a CodeBook equipment database. Attached to each CodeBook equipment database, we have a CodeBook FLE database, and this contains any furniture, fittings, or equipment, images and files associated with each item of equipment. Having this set of CodeBook databases allows us to pick and choose datasets going forwards. In the example in front of us, we can see that we have a CodeBook project database for mental health, health, and education. Each one of those projects has a room data library and an equipment library associated with it. If we wanted to move forward and perhaps create a new health project, we could do so using a copy of the existing room data library and a copy of the existing equipment library for our health project. We've laid this out in a flowchart so we can see that we have a CodeBook project database. You can see that project database has an equipment library with it and has a room data library with it. If I wanted to create a new CodeBook project, I would select the CodeBook project database that fits our requirements. I would select File and New, and I'd use that project as a template for the project we're creating. Once I've created that CodeBook project, I will then copy the room data library associated with it and copy the equipment library associated with it and attach that to our new project. So any changes in the new project will affect the new project only rather than the existing dataset. This is why we copy the dataset rather than simply attach the new CodeBook project to the old equipment library and the old room data library. Moving on to the practical implementation of this, you can see that we have CodeBook open now. If we wish to create a copy of an equipment library or room data library, we can do so on the database tab. So what we're going to do now is show you practically how to create a new dataset within your project. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy an equipment library and a room data library for a new project. So I'm going to select database, copy. I want to copy the equipment library and I want to copy my training dataset. It's given me a prompt now asking me for my new equipment library database name. So I'm going to call it copy equipment and select copy. And I'm going to do the same for the room data library. So now I have a copy of the equipment library and room data library I want to use in my new project. I'm going to select File and New within CodeBook. I'm going to select New Project. And what I'm going to do here is browse the SQL Server template project. So I want to use a pre-existing project that may be healthcare related, schools related, etc. So all the fields that exist within this CodeBook project are brought through into the new project. So I'm going to select my training dataset and select Next. Next, it's going to ask me where I want to place this data. I'm going to give it a database name. So I'm going to call it New Project. Click Next. CodeBook's going to ask me for a title and a number and a note. I'm going to select Next. And now probably the most important part of this stage is which equipment library and room data library do I want to use. Previously, I copied the CodeBook room data library and equipment library of an existing dataset I wanted to use in my new CodeBook project. I'm going to select Use Existing Library, and I'm going to find my copy equipment. I'm going to select my copy room data. I'm going to select Next, Next, and Create Project. CodeBook will now ask me for my initials, and CodeBook will create a dataset from these combined datasets. That concludes a short tutorial on creation and managing of CodeBook project databases. If you have any questions, please contact support at codebookinternational.com. Thank you.